Hi Sam. Today we're going to learn the word
vergleichen,
vergleichen.
What does that mean?
It means to compare. You can use it when you're talking about two or more things. The most common meaning is to analyze similarities and differences. Just be careful with false friends like,
vergleiche,
which means I compare in the first person.
So, how do we use
Vergleichen.
in sentences?
Great question. In German, it's a verb, so let's look at some key conjugations. In the present tense, you say,
ich vergleiche. Du vergleichst.
and,
Sie, es vergleicht.
for example, you might say,
Ich vergleiche die Preise.
which means I compare the prices. In the past tense, you would say,
Ich verglich die Preise.
and in the perfect, it's,
Ich habe die Preise verglichen.
That sounds interesting.
and for the imperative, you could say,
Vergleiche die Angebote.
meaning compare the offers.
I see. Are there any interesting facts about where this word comes from?
Yes. The word
Vergleichen.
comes from the Old High German word,
Vergleichen.
which means to make equal or to match. Over time, it evolved to its current meaning of comparing rather than just making equal.
That's cool. How do the parts of the word work?
Vergleichen.
Is made up of the prefix,
Wer.
the root,
Gleich.
and there's no suffix here. The prefix
Wer.
can indicate transformation or a change, while
Gleich.
means equal or same. So, together, it conveys the idea of making two things equal or similar by comparing them.
Interesting. Are there similar words to
Vergleichen.
Absolutely. Words with the prefix
Wer.
include,
Verstehen.
meaning to understand, and
Verlassen.
meaning to leave. For,
Gleich.
you have,
Ungleich.
which means unequal, and
Gleichartig.
meaning similar. There's also
Gleichgewicht.
meaning balance, which incorporates the idea of equality.
Wow, that's a lot of them.
And if we look at some compound words, you have
Vergleichbar.
meaning comparable, and
Vergleich.
which is comparison.
Can you give me some real-life situations where I might use
vergleichen,
Sure. For instance, when you're shopping, you can start with
Ich möchte die Preise vergleichen.
which means I want to compare the prices.
Let me try.
ich möchte die Produkte vergleichen.
Perfect. Another situation could be at work when you're analyzing reports. You can say,
Wir vergleichen die Ergebnisse.
which means we are comparing the results.
I see. How about at school?
Good thinking. You could say,
Wir vergleichen die Bücher.
meaning we compare the books.
I noticed you mentioned gender before. Is
Vergleichen,
a noun or verb?
Vergleichen.
Is a verb, but the noun form.
Der Vergleich.
Is masculine. A hint for remembering is that it ends in,
Ich.
which is commonly found in masculine nouns. You can visualize a scale, balancing two items, representing comparison.
Are there any common phrases or collocations with
vergleichen,
Yes. You often hear phrases like,
Etwas miteinander vergleichen.
meaning to compare something with another, or,
Vergleichen mit.
which means compare with.
What about similar words?
You should also beware of,
Verwechseln.
which means to confuse, and,
Vergleichen.
since they can sound similar.
This is really helpful. Can you give me some sentences using
vergleichen,
Sure. For example,
Ich habe die Preise verglichen.
means I compared the prices. Another one could be,
Vergleicht die Angebote sehr sorgfältig.
meaning he compares the offers very carefully.
These are great.
How about this one?
Die Lehrer vergleichen die Schülerleistungen.
Which means the teachers compare the students' performances.
I like that one. Can you quiz me a bit on what we've learned?
Of course. First question, what does
Vergleichen.
mean?
To compare.
Correct. Second question, how do you say I compare in German?
ich vergleiche,
Great. Now, what's the past tense form of
Vergleichen.
ich verglich,
Exactly. Next question, what is the noun form of
Vergleichen.
Is it
der Vergleich,
Yes. Last question, can you give me a sentence using the imperative form?
vergleiche die Preise,
Perfect. You nailed it.
Thanks, Alex. I feel much more confident with
vergleichen,
now.
I'm glad to hear that, Sam. The key takeaway is to remember how to use
Vergleichen.
in different contexts and keep practicing.
I will. Thanks for the lesson today.